Hi. Hello, everybody. Hello, my gorgeous, amazing people. How is everybody doing today? I'm feeling fantastic. I'm feeling great. Feeling super fresh. Let's attack the day. Let's find some great trades. I want to ask you guys a question. Do you know whether that I can play, because obviously I've been playing like copyright-free lo-fi. Do you know whether I could play Minecraft music in the background? Because I personally think that that would be the best course of action for this live stream. And Minecraft music is so calming. Like, I love it. I feel like we should get involved with that, but I don't know whether I will get copyrighted for doing that. So yeah, let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, because I think that would be so cool. Hola. Hello from Cape Town. That's freaking awesome. I really want to visit Cape Town. I think Cape Town would be freaking awesome to visit. Damn, there's a police car outside. I wonder what's going on. Hello. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. So, coming into the day today, I am looking for either shorts down to this area or longs from this area. And the reason for that is, although we have SMT, I don't believe that this is the low of the day right now, and obviously we're super bearish on the lower time frames right now. Like, Asia session has been bearish, London session has been bearish, so I'm hoping for us to come down to this low and into this area, and then we find longs from there. So I'm happy for either shorts down to there or longs from there. That's basically what I'm looking for. And because this manipulation fib from Asia session played out really nicely for 2.5 right here, as you can see, I'm expecting this -4 down here to play. We also have the -2.5 from the OTE 5-minute fib of London lining up there as well. So that to me looks super clean. As you can see, this manipulation fib we have at the low here, after sweeping London low, we put in some SMT and we've left equal lows on ES. So I am expecting us to take those out before heading higher up to London high, Trudy open, etc. Today could also just be super bearish. So that's what I'm going to watch out for, because Fridays do have a tendency to just dump. And because we do have some sell side still resting below us, we have kind of taken out the most of it. So I wouldn't be against Friday being bullish today, but Friday does have a tendency to be bearish. So I'm going to keep that in mind today, that I would probably favor shorts, but because of current price action, longs may also be the play. So yeah, I'm not opposed to either longs or shorts today. I think both could play out. But yeah, let's see how we get on with this setup right here. So because -2.5 from this manipulation fib did reject, I am expecting us to reject out of -4. Now, I would potentially set my limits there if I could find other fibs which line up there, but I can't. So what I'm kind of hoping for is for us to trade up to -4. Sweep out some low and retrace to OTE, and that could be our entry. So we would enter at 0.618, so right there, and then we could take this down all the way down to like here or something. I would love that setup. If we don't get the short setup, I'd love to wait for longs, as you know, we have Asia high and London high both still open to us right now, so I would not be against longs either. But I just have to be careful that today is not just going to be a day where we just absolutely dump. So yeah, I'm going to keep that in mind. This whole range right here is imbalanced, as you can see. We never traded up to 0.5, so it looks like we're going to come up to rebalance that. As you can see, we did reject out of 0.5, so if it is the case where we are just going to hold OTE of this range and head lower, then that is totally fine. But I don't think ES has yet balanced. Let's see. Oh, it has. Okay. That's fine then. I'm not against this at all. Not against that whatsoever. But let's see whether we will trade to the -4 or not. We also have this manipulation leg I could potentially draw out. That gives us a -2.5 right there, which is playing actually, which is interesting. This is kind of a nice setup, not gonna lie. Kind of a nice setup. We'll see. We'll see whether we can get below this low, and then I would probably look to take some shorts, to be honest. Yeah, ES has not taken London low yet. So that's what I'm looking for. Obviously, we have SMT, but we have these equal lows here, which I refuse to believe we're going higher without snatching those. So, yeah. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, wow, that's really interesting. I'm just gonna see whether we can get a sweep. Get a little sweep. And decide from there. I just don't enjoy trading gold. Like, I've never really studied price action on gold, so I'm just sticking to what I know, to be honest with you. I would also agree that the short trade would potentially be over, but I just can't see this being the low right now. It's super early for this to be the low. So I would be interested, honestly, in these shorts. I need to log in. Oh, I am logged in. Okay. Let's swap to this funded. I'm honestly interested in these shorts. I just feel I would have to have quite a large stop. Let me see what sort of stop loss I'd be looking at here. That would be a crazy stop loss. Stop loss would be on this high. We have just put in an SMT there, though, which is not the best. I still like the setup, though. Reject off 2.5, manipulate up to 0.5, and then reject. Could be clean. It could be a nice setup, honestly. Let's see whether ES will sweep out that low before retracing. We may not even get the retrace because this may have been the retrace and we may have missed the move, but if we do get the retrace, I would definitely be interested in the shorts here, to be honest. I feel like this looks pretty good. Definitely worth a stab anyway. Let me just... What I might do, this is something that I've never done before, but I want to start implementing it because I feel like it's kind of a good idea, is to like scale into a trade. Maybe I shouldn't test that out today, but I feel like that is like such a good idea, you know? Okay, surely ES is swept now. Yeah, it has. Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. Because then we don't have the whole shenanigans of like seeing that. I do like this though. I think this is nice. I think this is a good starting point for the day. And if that doesn't play out, then we can wait for the shorts. But this looks pretty A+ to me, so we might as well give it a whirl. I want to just get and keep up on this side so I can be accurate with my OTE entry. So my entry, oh gosh, this just looks like it may not retrace, unfortunately. I think this could have been the perfect entry, which is kind of sad, but whatever. Wow, yeah. Please come back to OTE, to OTE, to OTE. I'm gonna set my limit until I see us kind of pushing up a little. Not really much point. Right now we just look like we're pushing down heavily. doing that? I trade micros just so I can get an accurate stop loss, which like suits how much I would want to risk. I trade minis if I'm on an eval though, because I like to go pretty heavy on my evals. The only time I wouldn't go heavy on an eval is if I was like, I didn't have any funded accounts and I wanted to get funded again. But because I have funded accounts, I like to go pretty heavy on my evals. Don't wanna be here, no. Wouldn't it be good? Yeah, so that negative 2.5 lines up with that negative 4. So I think that's where we're gonna go to right now, to be honest. Yeah. I'll set my limit if I see a little push up something. Yeah, I have micros and minis because I like to base my entry off minis price, not micros, because sometimes they can be a little discorrelated. Today they seem fine though, they seem pretty much equal, but sometimes they can be like a few points apart, and a few points could mess some shit up. So I think something like that would be nice. I think ES is going to want to come and take out these equal lows we've put in. So that's my idea of what the trade is behind. I see, usually what I want to see if I want to enter something like this is I want to see a rejection off a 2.5 and then a manipulation to another fib, and then for us to reject from there and sweep out a low, which we've had. So yeah, we'll see whether it's going to retrace to 0.618. I wouldn't be too shocked if it didn't and we just missed the move, but it's worth setting the limits and seeing whether we get a nice entry. And if we don't, it's fine. We'll find another setup later on. Also just going to monitor ES here as well. I will only really trail my stop towards the very end of the trade, like if we're getting close to a place where I feel we could reverse from, but it has to be logical. Like I don't have a mechanical way to trail stops. I will just base it on price action and fibs and potential areas we could reverse, pretty much. That's how I like to base my my trailing stops, but it's usually if we hit a negative 2 fib projection, then I will trail my stop. That's usually the vibe. I don't know whether this is going to retrace, to be honest, but we'll see. If we break this low that we've put in, I'd honestly be opposed to still having my limits. So yeah. If we break it aggressively, I think I'd be opposed. Oh damn, look at that. Okay, we're in. I don't like that speed at all. That's really scary, to be honest. That speed is crazy. We have SMT. I would really like the SMT to hold. Holy shit. Guys, we're so getting fucked. Oh my goodness. Wait, what? Are we being so for real? It didn't even stop me out of all of my position. That's so funny. It's so funny. It only stopped me out of half of my position. What on earth? You guys see that? That's crazy. It's probably going to stop me out of the rest of it, but I'm just going to leave that. That's so funny. Why would it do that? We now have equal highs at my stop loss. What on earth are these fills? Okay, there we go. That's crazy. That was crazy volatility. How big was that candle? 44 points. Wow. Okay, that's insane. but whatever. I still think that that was a good trade for me to take, to be honest. Crazy 44 points. It's not quite big enough to be like a news candle, I don't think, but it's still kind of crazy in my opinion. Okay, let me put NQ back on this side and ES back on this side, and we can reassess the situation. I want to just redraw this out so I can screenshot that and kind of analyze what went wrong. I honestly feel like it looked pretty good. It looked pretty good in my eyes. I don't really have any complaints about that, but I feel like it's always better to reflect on a trade in like a few hours. Because sometimes I will say on stream, I've done this a few times, I will say on stream like, yeah, that was so valid, I love that trade, like no problem, and then I'll look at it like 2 hours later and I'll be like, what the hell? Why did I take that? So we'll see later on how I'm feeling about that. Okay, I'm just gonna input this into TradeZella real quick so that I have that to journal later. This is a good tip for journaling, by the way. Don't journal your trades straight away. Journal them in like an hour or so. I honestly think that that is really good advice. I think we're gonna reject out of this area. Okay, I'm gonna delete that now because it's kind of confusing. Let's see whether we do reject out of that area. Let's see. I'm not wearing my glasses right now. I have contact lenses in. I don't like people who say shit like that. It's annoying. Like, why would you say something like that? Why would you join someone's trading stream and say, doing this is diabolical? Like, you just sound like an idiot. You actually sound like an idiot. Whether you're correct or you're not correct, you sound like an idiot. Like, how do they not realize that they just sound so silly saying shit like that? Like, I just don't get it. Like, you would never, ever, ever, no matter what, like, mood I was in, no matter how confident I was in my strategy, you would never, ever, ever catch me commenting on someone's post or live stream or video or whatever, saying, why would you take this? That's diabolical. Like, I would never say that. Like, I can't wrap my head around why people do that. It makes no sense to me at all. Damn. What are these wicks about? Like, this is some high volatility for this time of the day. Like, a 45-point candle's crazy for right now, I feel. I want to just go on financial juice and see, because I feel like that's crazy. 11:45. Okay. Yeah. Damn. 11:45 was Trump on Iran. That's why there was so much volatility. How is Trump still messing things up? Wouldn't it be good? I'm gonna just log into my other ones. I really do, really. Let's log into Tradify. There we go. Okay, there we go. Don't wanna be. I honestly have so many flippin' tabs open. I always have way too many tabs open. If we can reject out of this area and get below this low, I would honestly take a stab at another short. Like, these two trades are gonna be the cleanest trades that I would take today, to be honest. Because, like, I do believe longs would play out of here, and I would be willing to take a stab at that if I didn't find any short setup. But I just think short setup right now is so much higher probability when we are literally in a downtrend, you know? And there's no way ES is going to leave these equal lows at London low, I don't believe. So I'd be willing to try it, for sure. But just to make sure I'm not FOMO trading and things, I am just going to, like, ask myself a few times, is this an A+ setup? We are rejecting out of an imbalance range at 0.618 with two negative fours lining up. We had the manipulation. We are now rejecting. If we close below that low and a retrace to 0.5 or 0.618, that to me is an A+ setup. That to me is the setup I would want to take, so it's worth me doing it if that plays out. If that doesn't play, then right now I will be wrong and I'll reassess my bias. I don't use RSI. Hello. I want to delete that. That's not really that useful right now. Yeah, we're inside of a bearish hourly fair value gap. So, yeah. Yes, I think they did. Let me actually check that before I start getting ahead of myself, thinking that I want to take a setup. Let's just try sell one. Oh my damn, this is not gonna work, is it? Are you freaking kidding me? Are we being so for real? It's literally still not working. They said that they'd fixed it and it should be fine now. But that is not true whatsoever. I want to see whether that limit order is still... Oh my gosh, are we being serious? That is not working. Okay, well that's great. That is just so great. Yeah, wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to, if I want to take this, I'm just gonna have to take it on an eval then, aren't I? Because my Tradeify accounts are just not working again. That's actually so annoying. I'm gonna have to get back in contact with them. They told me they'd fixed it, so I was like, great. Yeah, that has not happened, by the way. Okay, let me change to this eval. Right, let me get back in touch with Tradeify. Be like, hello. Yeah, failed. God damn. Maybe I have to like log out of TradingView and log back in and try it. I don't know. This plays out, I'm gonna be pissed though, because this is the good shit, in my opinion. I'm using standard deviation and OTE. If I had... Okay, I want to take this on this eval because this looks fire. Oh, I could probably do minis actually. This is an eval. Forgot. I forgot. This is definitely fire. I swear. Oh, already freaking did it. Oh. Okay. I want to just do quick. No, okay. That's a lot, but it's also an eval. So let's do that. Okay. That entry was like so ass that it was good because I was so freaking slow. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. This is A+ to me. That entry was a bit of a panic because it already freaking retraced and I was like, holy shit, that was fast. But yeah. I did want to take this on my Tradeify eval, to be honest. My Tradeify fundeds, but my account is still not vibing. So, you know. Oh well. Why are we leaving equal highs, dude? On yes. Why would we do that? Oh, we have equal lows though. Let's mark those in green. No, let's not do green. Let's do pink. Yes, let's do pink. Okay. Let's see if this plays out. This to me is like probably the setup I should have waited for on my alphas. I'm not gonna lie to you. As I said before, I'll probably reflect on that trade and change my mind, and I have. I should have waited for this trade. This, I can confidently tell you, is A+. If this doesn't play out, I don't care. I do care about this one after reflection. It was impatient and silly. I'm serious. This is why I like journaling later on, because if I had journaled that trade straight away, I would have been like, yeah, like it was so valid. And now I'm reflecting and I'm like, no, it was rubbish. It was so rubbish. This is so fire. I wish I could take this on my trader files right now. I don't even deserve to take a trade on my funded account after being impatient before anyway. I have to feel the pain. If this plays out, I just have to feel the pain. Right. This account is in some drawdown, so I risked like 1,000, so 4R would be valid, I think. Maybe slightly under valid. Like there, I think. I just don't want to make too much on the trade. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, but you know what I mean. Okay, those have now been swept out, these equal lows. I'm so annoyed at myself. This was honestly the A+ setup that I should have waited for. My biggest problem is patience and FOMO trading. It is a big problem. If I could eliminate those things, I think I would be rich by now. I hope. Maybe. I can confidently say if this goes to stop loss, that's absolutely not a problem. Like this setup is so valid. So fire. So fire. So fire. I don't wanna be here. No, no, no. Wouldn't it be good if we could live without a care? Do, 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 do. I'm just gonna set a limit right there and just see where we're at. Whereabouts are we at in terms of your reward right now? I'm gonna go break even at 2R. Right there. I'm gonna go break even right there. So sad I couldn't take this on my funded. Really freaking sad that I couldn't take this on my funded because this is so fire. But whatever. Whatever. Whatever, whatever, whatever. Slightly concerned about these equal highs up here, but you know. I'll let the trade play out. I don't currently have a rule about moving break even early because of equal highs in my drawdown. I don't currently have a rule about that, so I'm gonna let the trade play out and see whether that rule needs to be implemented in the future. This is what I'm always thinking while I'm trading, whether it's an eval or whether it's funded or whatever. I'm always thinking, in this trade, like what can I learn from this trade? In this specific scenario, I have equal highs inside of my drawdown. So should I be going break even earlier when that is the case, is the question that I am finding the answer out to in this trade. So stay tuned to find the answer with me. Because I usually go break even at around 2R. Or an obvious fib level. But we don't have an obvious fib level right now, so 2R it is. I sound like an American when I sing. Yeah, I always do an American accent. It's become a bit of a habit now, to be honest with you. I keep getting asked if I'm Australian. I keep getting asked if I'm American, but it's because I just randomly do accents. My subconscious brain just does an accent when I'm concentrating, and I don't know why. I either sing or I do an accent. I am actually British, but I do an American accent very often. My dynamic mic makes me sound like AI. It's because I have to have filters on my microphone because my PC fan is so loud. So when I don't have the filters on, it will be really annoying background noise. So I have to have it on. Otherwise, you'd just be able to hear my PC fan. I don't know how to make my PC fans more quiet. I'm not really technical like that. I'm not going to lie. I have my PC on my carpet, and apparently I shouldn't be doing that. I've been told off for that, so I probably need to fix that as well. There's probably a few things that I need to figure out. I'm gonna go break even after we sweep this low. I like to do it around 2R, but because we have a low which is around 2R, it makes sense to just go break even there. I want this to look a bit nicer. I want that to be top right. That's much better. This is the trade that I should have waited for on my funded accounts. I'm honestly so annoyed at myself. I'm so annoyed at myself. Guys, you've literally seen FOMO trading live on a Friday. You've seen FOMO trading. I can't believe I didn't wait for this setup. And now I have to take it on an eval as punishment because my funded accounts won't work right now. I deserve the punishment for being impatient, to be honest. That trade, that's not A+. I forgot you have access to all of my notes, to be fair. I completely forgot. Get silent fans. Yeah, I should do that. I will need to find someone to do that for me because I don't know anything about that stuff. Negativity undermines development. Yeah, I know, you're so right. You're so right. I feel like it is kind of a good thing that I'm having to take this on an eval and not a funded though, because I feel like it's good that I don't get the dopamine hit of profit on my funded account after taking an impatient trade. Okay, I'm gonna go break even right there on this trade. It makes sense to go break even here because even if we do want to come back up into OTE of this leg, we have room to do that without me getting stop break even. So that's my reasoning for going break even. Something I've been trying hard to do because when I first started to like hold my trades for a little bit longer and trade higher risk to reward, I really struggled to not go break even super fast when it didn't make sense to do that. And that's something I've been really trying to do. Like I used to just go break even as soon as we broke a swing low. And if I'd done that in this case, I haven't really drawn the trade correct. I entered right there, I think. Yeah, so if I had gone break even in this case, after we swept out this low, like I would have got stop break even and then the trade would have ran. So I've been really working hard to go break even at a place which makes sense logically in terms of what price is telling me rather than just going break even because it broke a low. You know what I mean? But I am happy that I'm break even now, especially because we have these equal highs on ES, which would be in my drawdown. Because if I get stopped out and we sweep those out and then I still see bearish structure, there's no reason why I couldn't re-enter. So full TP or nothing at all, that's wild. No, I do take partials, but I just take partials when, to me, it makes sense to do that. And right now it doesn't make sense for me to take partial. Especially because I'm trading an eval, which is in drawdown, to be honest. You can't trade NQ on your My Funded Futures account. I'm not sure why that would be, to be honest. I'm really not. Michael, if you're still here, I saw your tweet yesterday about people who short all-time highs will overall, like the short probability to long probability will overall not be profitable, and that really humbled me because I am someone who shorts all time and loses most of the time. So I need to stop doing that. Yeah, I mean, it's based on more than just fibs. I like to base my overall like intraday bias based on session liquidity more than anything. Like, I want to know where does it make sense for us to go. So at London low, which is this red line right here, my logic for still wanting to take shorts down to there, even though we have SMT, is because ES is left in these equal lows at London low. To me, even though we have SMT, that outweighs the SMT when we have equal lows at session liquidity. So what I was looking for is a retrace up into OTE of this imbalance range. This whole leg that I've drawn out here is imbalance. We never traded back to 0.5. So I wanted to wait for us to retrade, to trade back up into like the 0.62, 0.705 area, and then see some bearish price action. And then I just found some fib projections which line up with that. So I saw this slight rejection at this -4 and then the manipulation above. So after I've seen a manipulation in the area that I'd want to enter, I wait for a sweep of a swing low, and then I will enter at OTE of that. So that's why I took this trade. My entry is just a little bit wacky because I market ordered rather than limited because it all kind of happened so fast. So yeah. Do I know Louis Trading? Is he a British guy? I think I follow him on Instagram. Good morning, congrats on your first payout. Thank you so much. I'm super excited about it. The first week back after trading, last week was my first week back after trading. Sorry, after getting my first payout, because I took a week off after I got my first payout to try and avoid this exact thing. And then my first week back after getting my first payout, my trading was so like wacky. Like my psychology, I really struggled. I really struggled with patience. I struggled with FOMO trading, all that jazz. I really did struggle, and I'm genuinely convinced it was just an ego problem because I had my first payout. I felt on top of the world. I felt like I could do anything. I felt like I knew where price was going at all times of the day. I was trading like lunch session when I don't usually trade lunch session. Like I was just doing wacky things because of my ego. So yeah, I obviously having that first payout is a great feeling, but it also affected my trading badly because of the ego issue. But I mean, being self-aware is the first step to overcoming it. So at least I'm self-aware, and then I can work on figuring that out. Yeah, sure. These are my fib settings. I'll just open them up and you can screenshot them. I'd recommend having the background on slightly. It has actually helped my analysis a lot. I feel like it's easier to see like when price is rejecting from the fib or not, if that makes sense. So yeah, these are my fib settings that I like to use. But overall, the trade looks nice. We seem to be rejecting out of this hourly bearish fair value gap. I think these equal lows we have on ES are going to be the draw on liquidity. So yeah, we also entered, I didn't even notice we did that, but we entered potentially on the high of the hourly candle if what I think is playing out is playing out. We're going to have that open high-low close. Yeah, this was the 7 a.m. candle, so hopefully this is the high, honestly. So I'm happy to go break even there, because if this hourly candle is going to be a bearish candle, I would want this candle here to be the high of the hourly candle, if that makes sense. Because if I want that bearish structure, in the macro, I want that open high-low close for the hourly candle. So yeah, this all makes sense. It makes sense for me to be break even right now. And I think if I got stop break even, it would just mean that I'm wrong. So that's fine. I'm happy to be wrong. I'm not always gonna be right, but I can try and profit off of repeating things which I've seen and I feel confident in. And I do feel confident that we will come down to here for potentially seeing some bullish structure. We still have London high, midnight open, Asia high, New York PM high, lunch high, all above us. So I could see us being super bullish today, which is a bit unexpected for a Friday, honestly, because I usually expect Fridays to be super bearish. But yeah, guys, I have a new stream layout that I'm going to put on soon. I'm so excited. What is this? Okay, that's weird. I just got an account suspension notice from Alpha about a 50k eval, but I don't know what it's talking about, to be honest. I have no idea. I have no idea what that's about, but okay. Yeah, I want to show you my new stream layout. It looks so cool. I'm gonna implement this from next week. I just have to get it onto my OBS. Look how cool this is. Did I show you guys yesterday? Maybe I showed you yesterday, honestly. I don't remember. You see that? How cool is that? So cool. The guy who made it is honestly so talented. So if anybody wants his contact details for themselves, please let me know. Like, I'll be happy to share. I left trading because I think trading just gambling dangerous destroy you. Damn. I mean, it can definitely be gambling. Like, if I'm trading against my strategy, yeah, it's gambling. Like, so I agree with you to some extent, but also I don't agree that, like, it can mentally be dangerous for sure, but if you don't let that happen, then you can make trading into something great, which is what I'm trying to do. It's a hard thing to achieve, though. Like, this is why I'm not that big of a fan about the social media space in terms of trading, because a lot of people who are selling a course will sell it to you as if trading is easy. And the reason why course sellers will say that trading is easy to increase sales is because we all know that trading's not easy. If you have tried to be successful at trading, you will know it's not easy. Everybody knows it's not easy, right? But if you've come onto charts, you've given trading a go, you're finding it difficult and you're looking for a mentor, you see someone advertising a course on social media and they're telling you trading is so easy. Like, if you're spending more than 1 month and you're not profitable yet, like, you're doing something wrong, all that jazz. They're scaring you into buying their course. They're making you feel stupid so that you buy their course. Like, that is literally what they're doing. Like, it's a marketing technique. So yeah, if you hear anybody say that trading is easy, it should only take you a few months to be profitable, all that kind of jazz, like, I would just instantly unfollow them. That's something that I have done, because at the start they really made me feel like I'm stupid and I'm doing something wrong and I need to study harder and look at more charts and, you know, do more things, when actually, like, they're just bullshitting you because they're trying to sell you their course and they're trying to scare you into buying it. Literally. No one who is genuinely consistently profitable will tell you that trading is easy. If it was easy, we would all be rich. Let's see the 15-minute chart. I have a lot of stuff on my chart. A little confusing. Yeah, it makes sense for us to reject out this 15-minute gap. I like that. That looks really clean. This looks clean to me so far. The higher time frame is matching up with my lower time frame analysis, which is always good. So yeah, we'll just have to wait right now. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Yeah, ES looks really nice out of 0.618. Let me drag this across so we can see. You're in the exact same trade? That's awesome. We're twinning. Hopefully we can win together. It will go to stop loss. I'm afraid that that's not going to be possible because my stop is at break even. So it could go to my break even, but my stop loss was up here and my stop loss has been moved. But thank you for having so much faith in the trade and putting that positive energy out into the open. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of creators who are like, how I made $50,000 today. And it's like, I don't see any videos saying how I lost $10,000 today. Like, I don't see that anywhere. I hit my 1K for the day. I don't want to get off yet, lol. I usually hang out and chat with you for US Open, but I had to take this shot with you. I'm already out. That's awesome. If you've hit your target for the day, I'd definitely recommend logging out of your accounts. And if you still want to chart, then maybe tape reading or paper trading could be fun. It depends how much time you have. Like, if you have other stuff to do, you might as well get off the charts. You hit your target, enjoy your weekend, you know? Obviously, I love having you here, but I don't want you to end up breaking your rules. Okay, we're up 2K on the trade. I don't blame you at all. I definitely need to go through my following on Instagram. I guess it's just hard because there are some people whose advice I absolutely hate, but I've like met them in person and I'm likely to see them again. So I don't want it to be like awkward and them to be like, why did you unfollow me? And I'd be like, well, because I think you chat shit. I don't really want that to be the case. But there is some people who like I will just have on mute and I will just not engage with their content and I will click not interested because I'm really not interested in what you have to say. We do have SMT at the low right now, but we've put in equal lows here, so I'm hoping that that SMT will not. Really? Oh, you're in Korea. It's night for you. Oh my gosh. It's Friday night or Thursday night. I'm not really clued up in time zones. Let them know how annoying they are. Honestly, if it was a few years ago, I probably would have, but now, honestly, when I was in high school and things, like I was the most confrontational person ever. Like I was so for it, for confrontation. Like if someone annoyed me, like I would be the first person to tell them that they're annoying. But now I hate confrontation. Like it scares the living shit out of me. And I don't know whether I've just matured or I don't know. Maybe that's just what maturity brings. I don't know. But yeah, I used to be the most confrontational person ever. And now like the thought of confrontation is so scary. I'm going to be observing this 5-minute candle pretty closely. Because this 5 minutes should invert this gap. To be honest, I don't think it should hold. So I'm going to watch that. And if we don't invert, I will take off half my position, I think. Just to lock my Just to lock in some profit already, you know. I think that's probably a good idea. I'd really like to see this SMT defeated. We have going on right now. How did you first start your trading content from scratch? Honestly, with content and stuff, I was so scared to post because I saw loads of people doing cool editing and things like that, and I was like, I have no idea how to do that. But honestly, you learn how to do stuff just from posting, and you learn from, as soon as you start posting, like, you see all content in such a different way. Like, I'll watch people's content and I will notice, like, oh, that sound effect, that's cool, I'm gonna use that. Like, I would never notice that before. So honestly, just post whatever feels natural, whatever comes to mind, just start posting. And once you start posting, you can experiment with different content formats and things like that, and then you can obviously get into your stride more. When I first started posting, I was like posting like TikTok slideshows of like what I thought my weekly bias was and things like that. Like, that was literally all I was doing. And then I kind of got into more my stride of showing like the transparent journey of learning to trade. But that was never my idea when I first started. That was never, like, I never had that in mind, that I would just share my journey of learning, because I was honestly scared to do that. Like, my ego got in the way of me doing that, to be honest. So I never thought that I would share my whole journey transparently. I thought that I would just make relatable trading content, but never really be so honest about the fact that I've not made money. It's not that I would like sell a course and lie, but I never thought that I would be the person to like share losses and things like that and actually be honest about not being profitable. Because in my head, when I first started content, like, I knew that like everyone was from school was following me. Like, I didn't want them to like watch me fail, you know. But then the more I got into content, the more I realized, like, I don't actually care about what these people think. Like, I am doing way, like, I'm doing, like, at least I'm trying, you know? Like, you have to try to succeed, and, like, I'm trying. So, yeah. I don't really enjoy that, especially with this SMT. Not the nicest thing to see in the world. But I'm just going to be patient and see whether it plays out or not. No overlap. I would really like this 5-minute to invert, to be honest with you, but I don't like the SMT. Yeah, that's my mod. I find that -4 and -2.5 are my favorite to see like a rejection from, honestly. Like, if you pair -2.5 or -4 with some sort of PD array, I find that that's really strong. And this area that I've highlighted in a box lines up really nicely with this 15-minute bearish gap, which is in a premium of this whole range. As you can see, we're above 0.5 of this whole range, so yeah. I don't trade with the 12.5 point stop. I've just found a higher win rate not basing my stop loss off a set amount and kind of being more discretionary with my stop loss. Just because, like, if our average candle size is like 25, it makes no sense to have a 12.5 handle stop, in my opinion. I don't like to do mechanical things like that. I want to do what makes me feel most comfortable in the trade. And I felt that having a set stop loss would stop me from taking a trade, just because the idea of the 12.5 stop loss scared me, rather than just me having a bigger stop loss, you know? Okay, that's that 5-minute. I'm not the keenest on that. I'm not gonna lie. I'd really like this SMT to just be taken out. To be honest. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I think I'm gonna take one of my contracts off here, just because that gap did not inverse, so I'm not the keenest on that. So, yeah. Wait, what the hell did I just do? Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Guys, oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. What did I just do? Why did that happen? Guys, why did that happen? Oh my gosh, I'm so annoyed at myself. Oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. Why would I do that? No, that's so sad. I'm actually such an idiot. Okay, we're up 1.3k. I think it should even out if I take one of them off here and then one of them at my actual break even. I'm actually such an idiot. Why did I do that? This is what happens when you don't know how to use technology. Okay, I think that should even out if I do that. That's so annoying. I can't believe that I've just done that. I added by accident. I'm such a rookie. I'm actually an idiot. No, I'm not an idiot. ICT told me to be positive. Okay, wait, so I still have 2 contracts on? Oh, I see, but I'm up 1k. Wait, so confused. So confused. I don't know how much I'm actually up. I honestly have no idea. I'm very confused. Very confuzzled right now. I honestly don't know what's going on. This is the Alpha Futures Premium account. It's a 100k size. I don't even know whether I locked in any profit. I don't know how to tell. How do I know? Notification log. I don't know. Does that mean I'm up 600 then? The difference between this and this? I think so. Honestly, I have no idea. Okay, that SMT is gone. I'm feeling a lot more confident now. I'm honestly going to move both of my stop losses to right there. I think that makes sense. Yeah, I did add an extra position and took it off by accident. I'm actually silly, but it's worked out in my favor this time, but I didn't mean to do it. I'm actually silly. I think I'm gonna take a partial right there. Let me just delete that. I'm gonna buy. There we go. Why is it doing that? Guys, why does it do that? Why does it do that? Do I have to do a limit? Why does it move down when I did that? I don't understand. That's so sad. Am I an idiot? Why does that keep happening? Am I taking partials wrong? Do I have to do a partial as limit order? That's so silly. Okay, so I think we've locked in like 2k of profit by the looks of things. So, and this was by accident. I'm gonna leave my buy stop at this high. Even if we lose a little bit, I wanna give it more room because I've just been silly. Oh, it moved because of the 3rd position. I don't know why it's doing that though. I wouldn't expect it to do that, honestly. I would have. Usually when I take a partial, it doesn't move, but that's when I have a limit order. I feel like I'm doing That's so silly. I should have taken that as a limit. Oh well, I'm not going to be too hard on myself about it. It is what it is. It is what it is. You have the exact same trade, but a completely different entry model. That's so interesting that we've both ended up with the exact same trade, but with different entry. I find that so cool. I'm not really sure where I'm going to hold this to, honestly. I would like to see this. Guys, if I was in drawdown on a account, does that mean that I can, like, because obviously this eval has 50% consistency. So can I make so my 50% consistency is 3K, but because I was in 1K of drawdown, can I make the 4K in one trade or no? That's what I'm trying to understand. I really do think that this thing could go down to London low, honestly, which is my thoughts right now. But yeah. I don't know whether... I'm so silly. I can't believe I did that. That was so silly. I added another flipping position by accident. That's so silly. Yeah, I just have to figure out... I do think this thing could go all the way down to here, but I'm just considering the consistency rule right now. I can't make 4K. Does anybody know? Because I was in 1K of drawdown. I'm going to just try and read the rules on alpha futures real quick. I don't want to defy the consistency rules. So I'm going to go on FAQ. FAQ. Where's the FAQs? Where's the FAQs? Where's the FAQs? Help. FAQ. There we go. Trading rules, consistency rules. Oh, I think I can only make 3K. I think I'm gonna close this at 3K. I don't think I can make more than that. I'm gonna honestly set my limit there. I don't think I can make more on this, unfortunately. It's a really nice trade though. But yeah. Boom. Okay, wow. I would have wanted to hold this honestly so we can see whether it plays out, but yeah, I don't want to defeat the consistency rule. And we've made just under 3K on this alpha premium eval. Let's go! I was in 1K drawdown, which is why I'm not halfway to passing, but I don't think I can make more than 3K in one day. So, yeah. I'm super excited about that. That was a really nice trade. Overall, we took the trade to 3R. So, yeah. But I would have wanted to hold this down to London low, honestly, so we can see whether it plays out. This was super nice. I'm super happy about that. Let's go! I know about the consistency rule, but I didn't know whether I could make 4K because I was in 1K drawdown. That makes sense. Let's go! That was super nice. I'm super happy about that. I'm so sad I couldn't take this on my funded accounts, but oh well. Oh well. I want to just put this as OTE rather than a projection because it's kind of annoying. I'm going to delete this too. I'm super happy about that. I'm super sad that I was impatient over here though, but at least we still got the W trade and I can reflect in my journal for later. Good job. Thanks, Michael. You cannot make more than 3K in one day. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I closed the position. But feel like this has potential to come all the way down, to be honest, so we can see whether it plays out or not. For sure. Oh my gosh, we have 400 viewers. That's crazy. That's crazy. What a great Friday. 400 people is insane. I want to take a little video for my story. Let's see. Oh, I want to do a video. Here we go. That's so cool. I love that. Yeah, I lost it. I lost it the other day. So I think I can only make 3K on this evaluation. That's fine. That was a really nice trade. Let's see whether this is going to come all the way down to London. I'll for sure explain my entry in just one moment. If you are enjoying the live stream so far, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button. It really helps me out. And please make sure you're subscribed. The channel has been growing so fast recently, and I'm so grateful to have everybody here. It's been insane. We hit 8,000 subscribers on stream on Wednesday, which is insane, and we're already getting close to 9,000. So I'm just so grateful and happy that the family is growing. I literally enjoy coming on stream here so much. It feels like I've got like my own little community of people who all understand. It's so fun. Sorry, I'm really bad. I'm really bad at multitasking, so I am just gonna post this story real quick and then I'll carry on talking. Everybody thinks that women can multitask, but it's not true. It's actually a fact that it's not possible to multitask at all for anyone. Our brain physically cannot do two things at once. So, random fact of the day. There we go. Sorry, I'll talk now. I've posted my story. I want to pick a song for this story. No, I want to do like a fun house song. What's everybody's favorite song right now? I'm really into like house music. I was listening to something a little while ago which basically said that she basically said, what was I saying? I do this all the time. I will start speaking a sentence that has just come from the back of my brain and then I will forget what I was talking about. It was not from the front of my brain. I literally have no idea what I was about to say. It'll come to me in like an hour. My wife is good at multitasking. She can shop at 5 stores at once. My credit cards prove it. Okay, that's so true. Maybe I can multitask at one thing. Swedish House Mafia. Yeah, this is what I was going to say. I completely lost my train of thought. I was listening to something a while ago, and basically, you probably know this, and I did know this to some extent, but I never thought about it in terms of music and all that stuff. But everything that you consume, whether it's read, watch, listen to, is affecting your subconscious mind. And I used to listen to a lot of rap music, and we all know that the basis of rap music is like drugs and other things. And I realized that that is what I was subjecting my subconscious mind to at 7 a.m. in the morning every single day. So I decided to cut that out. So I've just been listening to like upbeat house music in the morning, and honestly, I have felt a massive mood change. You guys have probably noticed on my live stream as well. Sometimes I will start the live stream and I'll be so groggy and just not want to talk. Right? But yeah. Why is market tanking today? I expected us to be bearish overall today, to be honest, but looking at price action right now, I would not be opposed to us coming and sweeping out these equal lows on ES and then reversing bullish. But yeah, that's what I would expect, but always react to what price is giving you rather than predicting. I'm new to your stream. What are your times for streaming? I always start at 6:30 a.m. EST, and the reason for this is because I'm in the UK, so it's not super early for me. And then I will usually trade up until 9:30 a.m. I don't particularly enjoy trading after the open. I find it really difficult, so I've just found what works for me. I think it's very much a trend to trade 9:30. And I completely understand why. There's obviously more volatility injected at 9:30, but I just find it a lot easier to determine targets and draws on liquidity at this time. And it works for me because I'm in the UK. So that's why I decided to trade this time. I think a lot of people would disagree with me, but it's been working for me so far. So that's all that matters. Claudia definitely listened to Lil Durk. I have listened to Lil Durk before. Free Your Mind. I love that song. I'm obsessed with that song right now. I'm new to your... Oh, I already answered that. So I lost the trade that I lost was on my funded accounts. This is an eval, so it's a different account. So that's why I can only make 3K. But yeah, I would assume there's things coming down here. Just subscribed. Appreciate you trying to talk in neutral accent for us to understand you clearly, although you're from the UK. Do you guys find a UK accent hard to understand? I'm not trying to talk in an accent, by the way. This is just genuinely my accent. I don't have a particularly strong southern or northern accent, so maybe that's why you struggle to understand UK people, because people who are northern are likely Scottish or Geordie, and the Scottish and Geordie accents are super prominent, but I'm from like mid UK ish, so I don't have a super prominent accent, I wouldn't say, but I feel like everybody thinks that about themselves. Hello, Claudia, new here. It's great to have you here. There's a lot of new people here, which is super exciting. So if you are new, welcome to the stream. I'm glad to have you here. How do you take partials on TradingView? I am not the person to ask about that, as you've just seen from my performance today. I accidentally added a position, and yeah, it turns out if you are taking a partial on TradingView, use a limit order. I have just learned that the hard way. Thankfully, the trade still played out in my favor, so I am grateful for that. But yeah, I just market ordered a partial and it didn't go well. So always limit order. I know that now. I've learned a lesson today anyways. In fact, I've learned 2 lessons. Don't be impatient. I've learned that lesson over and over and it's not quite going in yet, but hopefully it will soon. Don't be impatient. And if you're going to partial, use a limit order. That is the lesson of the day. I went to Newcastle, and how they described Scotland as the North blows my brain. What do you mean? Why does that blow your brain? I sound like I'm from Derby. I'm not from Derby. You're down in Devon? That's cool. What's a Devon accent like? I didn't blow my funded, no. I just took a loss on it. When I take a loss on my funded, I won't trade it again for the day. I have 2 sets of funded accounts. So one set is with Alpha Futures, and then I have a set with Tradeify. So I will take 1 trade on my Alpha Futures account. If that wins, great. If that loses, great. I will take 1 trade on that set of accounts, and that is it for the day. If I see another position, I will swap to my Tradeifys and I will trade those. If I win, great. If I lose, I'm done for the day. I'm also done for the day after 2 wins. I'm just done on a set of accounts as soon as I win or lose. Like, that's it. I either win and I'm locked out because I want to maintain that profit, or I lose. Okay, whatever. I am not losing any more on those accounts. So yeah. Hi, Claudia. Greetings from Colombia. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Great trade today. Thank you so much. I've had a struggle over the last week or so with taking good trades, so I'm happy we could get a nice execution this morning. To me, Newcastle is very north. I'm from the southeast UK. Oh, I see. Yeah, Newcastle to me is north, but Scotland is like north. I live stream US Mark. I live stream up until 9:30 a.m. so the open. As non-native English speaker, it's difficult to understand British accent, British English more than others. That's so interesting. Maybe it's because a lot of TV shows and things, people tend to have American accents. If I ever visit Boston, I'll fit right in. Why will I fit right in Boston? I would love to visit loads of places in the States. I'd be really interested in traveling around the States and seeing everywhere, because I've only seen Florida so far. I visited America for the first time ever this year, and I had a super fun time, but it was really cold when I went to Florida, which is weird. Are you done today? I would be willing to take another trade on an eval, but I wouldn't be trading my fundeds today because I have 2 rotations of fundeds. I've taken a loss on my alphas. I would be willing to trade my tradefies, but they are currently broken. So I'm trying to work on fixing those. It just doesn't let me place orders or anything on them for some reason. It was the same yesterday, so I'm trying to figure that out. So until then, I'm just going to be trading evals because I've taken a loss on my fundeds today. So yeah. Great mindset and discipline. Thank you so much. Do I have max allocation with those 2? I don't think so. I did have max allocation with Alpha, but they've now increased the number of accounts you can have to 5. So I don't have max allocation with them, and I don't with Tradeify. I have 3 with each firm. Hello, Claudia. New subscriber here. You're a great teacher. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. I have a neutral accent. Most people down here do, to be fair. You get the Devonshire farmers who have an heavy accent. Oh, yeah, of course. Hi from Argentina. Hello. Boston. Hi there. Are you still on the shorts? No, I had to close out the shorts because of the consistency rule on the eval that I'm trading, but I would have been still holding this, I think. So yeah. Anyone watch football? I don't really watch football, but I do support United, so. New subscriber, thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here. Very different being cold in Florida. Yeah, I know. So when I was in Miami, it was the coldest it had ever been since 1911. And that was my first time in the US. It was super unlucky because I just brought all warm clothes. I was expecting a nice beach holiday, get a little tan because I am literally transparent right now. I don't look transparent because I have fake tan on, but we don't get much sun over here in the UK. So I was like, I'll get a little tan. And then I came back literally paler than I went because all of my fake tan had washed off and I hadn't taken any with me. So. Give me $1. If you come to Boston, let me know. I'll give you a tour. For sure. I don't have any plans to like visit the States. I mean, I'm planning on potentially going to Puerto Rico and Miami this year. But that will be for an event, and I haven't completely decided whether I will want to go yet. Because I am saving up to buy a house. So yeah. Look at that. Look at that pump. This is a great trade to still forward test to the low so we can see whether our analysis was correct or not. I'm going to pretend I'm still in the trade even though I'm not. I wish I could be brave enough to use this strategy. Great trade today. Thank you so much. It was hard for me to have the conviction when I first started trying this out, but I've just gone through a lot of old charts and I'm still in the process of doing. I tried to do like at least half an hour a day of just going through old charts to gain that confidence, I guess. How long have you been trading and profitable? I wouldn't class myself as profitable yet. I'm technically net positive, but I've only ever had one payout, so I would not class that as profitable at all just yet. But I've been trading around a year. I've only just started to see any kind of consistency from my trading, so I'm definitely still a beginner. Yeah, I will definitely break down this trade for you guys. I'll do that right now. I was meaning to do that, I forgot. I was too busy yapping. Okay. So coming into the day, I usually like to draw out fib projections and pair those with session liquidity to understand the bias for the day. So I will usually start obviously on the higher time frame. I'll mark out like previous daily high, previous daily low, those types of things, but then I will drop to the 5 minute. And I understand from the 5 minute, I usually look at the structure from Asia session and London session to help me understand the draws on liquidity for pre-market session after 5 a.m. So looking here, I can see that we moved down in Asia session. We also moved down in London session. So now I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's going to be the move for pre-market? So my thoughts for pre-market, seeing this fib that we have right here, I've drawn out all sorts of fibs. Fibs are a little, fibs can be discretionary, which is kind of why I like them, because you can kind of mold them to a way that you understand. So I started off by drawing out this fib projection, and I saw that this -4 had played out and we'd played off of that. So I can then delete this fib and say this fib has played out, it's all done. I don't usually project anything after -4. That's just my way of doing things. I just prefer it like that. I'm not still in this trade. I had to close out because of my consistency rule, but I would love to still be in this. My analysis is telling me to still be in it. I just can't because of my consistency rule. So yeah, I just pretend I'm still in it, but I'm not. So then I'm trying to draw any kind of fib which makes sense and lines up below London low, because I can see we're coming into pre-market at this level. So I'm assuming we're going to sweep London low pretty much straight away. Now, if I'm wrong, that's fine. I can react to price and readjust, but that's what I'm assuming. So I'm going to draw out some fibs which line up below London low. So as you guys can see, I drew out this fib. This is a manipulation fib. So as you can see, this leg right here, we manipulated out this high, and it's on the 5 minutes. So I just draw from this high to the body, and I project this out, and we get -4 down here. As you can see, the -2.5 played out. When I see a -2.5 play out, to me, that's high potential that we're going to play off the -4 if we do come down to that area. So yeah, that's what I would say. So I'm drawing out this fib. I think there's potential we could play off this later. And then I'm drawing out all kinds of fibs that line up around this area, just for later reference. Then I see, okay, we swept London high and we're now trading upwards. We're in a short-term uptrend, as you can see. We're making higher highs. This whole range above us is imbalanced. Now, what do I mean by imbalanced? Our range is imbalanced if we haven't retraced to 0.5 between a high and a low. So I just kept extending this down. So if I draw from this high to this low, we never retrace to 0.5. We never retrace to 0.5. We never retrace to 0.5. Now, you can get confused because it looks like we retraced to 0.5, right? But it has to be after we put in this low. So it would have to be up here, and we never retraced. So this whole range is imbalanced. And usually when you have an imbalanced range, it's the same concept as a fair value gap, and you can pair this with fair value gaps too. Like I can see on the 15 minute, we have this unmitigated 15-minute bearish gap, which I would expect to get filled because it's imbalanced and price is inefficient there. So I'm just using the same concept as a fair value gap, but with ranges and marking out OTE of it, because that's what makes more sense to me. So it's still ICT, but I just don't use the fair value gap in terms of my entry, but it's still the exact same concept. And if I see that my range with the OTE level lines up with a fair value gap, which makes so much sense to play out anyway, like this 15-minute gap, if we're bearish, it makes sense for this to play out, right? It makes sense for us to trade up into this and play out because it's in a premium. It's above 0.5 of this whole leg. If I mark out this whole leg, oops, that's WhatsApp. If I mark out 0.5 of this leg, that's right there. It's above that. So we're in a premium. So we're shorting in a premium of London session, which is great. So it all starts to make sense with everything. So I see this range is imbalanced. We've swept out London low. We've put in an SMT, which is obviously a key pointer of reversal. But on ES, we've left these equal lows. Now, this is just from charting experience. This is just from my own experience that if we sweep London low super early into pre-market, so as you can see, we swept it at 550. That's probably not going to be the low of the session. This is just from going through old charts. You'll see that if we sweep London high or London low super fast after London session ends, that's probably not going to be the low of the session. So that's what I have in my mind, and I have literally just learned that from going through old charts. You can go through old charts and figure this out yourself. But that's what I based my bearish bias off, especially because we have equal lows down here, right? There's no way ES is going to leave equal lows at session liquidity and not want to come and grab those, right? So that's what I based my bearish bias off. So I'm waiting for the shorts entry. And in this scenario, shorts are going to be higher probability anyway, because we are in a downtrend right now. You can see all the way since midnight, all the way since pre-midnight, since Asia Open, we're in a downtrend. So it's a lot higher probability for me to get in on some sort of continuation shorts than try and catch the bottom of this like 6-hour move, right? So that's my thoughts as well. So I know this range is imbalanced. We've swept out London low. I've determined that we're going to come and sweep out these equal lows, and this is not going to be the low. So I'm now waiting for a short entry. If this range is imbalanced, whereabouts is my short entry going to be? It's going to be in that golden pocket around 0.618. So now I'm trying to find some fib projections which line up with 0.618 and which make sense to play out. So I've drawn this manipulation and this manipulation, and we can see this -4 here. We had a slight rejection from this, which I like to see. If we have a rejection from a fib level and then we manipulate and then reject from a further fib level, that's me telling me, okay, we've done the manipulation. I'm not going to get manipulated out because I've watched the manipulation happen. We did slightly reject from this -4 and then we manipulated higher. Where did we manipulate up to? 0.705. And now we're breaking structure. And we put in a swing low. We broke below the swing low, so I entered at OTE. I did market order, which is why my entry was so good, but usually I would have entered probably around this area at 0.618. So that's why I took this trade. If anyone has any questions, feel free to let me know. I hope that makes sense. But yeah. Claudia dropping sauce. Well, I'm trying to. Hopefully it's helpful for someone. I don't know. This just makes more sense to me than using fair value gaps to understand an entry. And I still use fair value gaps as extra complements, but I don't use them as an entry point because to me, the 0.618, 0.5, 0.705, that overlapping with a fair value gap is like way more high probability to me. So that's what I would say. And I would get confused with fair value gaps, and I would like just assume that because we're in a 15-minute bearish gap, we have to be bearish. But I think pairing the fib with it really helps you understand whether a fair value gap is likely to play out in the way you think it will or not. Hopefully that makes sense. First time here, that was great. That's amazing. I'm so happy. Let's see if this is going to play out how we assume. If I was still in this trade, I would definitely be taking my full position off after these equal lows are swept. That would be my full analysis. Because ES looks a little more bearish right now than NQ. As we can see, ES has swept out this low right here and NQ has not yet. So it looks like NQ is going to come down to this low prior to prior to NQ reaching it. So we may even put in an SMT right there. Who knows? How many years have you been trading? I've only been trading for a year now. I've been studying trading and charts and things longer than that, but I've only been actually trading with prop firms and things for around a year. Good morning, Claudia. For partials on TradingView, place an opposing order for the partial quantity desired. A sell limit order of 5 with 10 longs in place. That will TP 5 contracts of the 10. Cheers from Ohio. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate you, and thank you for that. Yes, I will keep that in mind for future. That was really silly of me. I got really lucky that this still played out because I partialed in the wrong way, but you know. Now that we are trading down to this -2 of this fib level on ES, I don't know what this line is that I have marked out. It is a line of some sort, but I don't know what. Now that we are here, I would be trailing my stop probably to this gap, the low of this gap. Because I think if we're going to come all the way down to here, this fair value gap should be a breakaway gap of this bearish leg that we have. So I would be trailing my stop to the low of that gap right now. ES is coming super close to those equal lows. Coming super close. This is such a nice trade, guys. I'm really sad we couldn't take the whole thing, but oh well, at least we called it out. At least we called it out. Dun, 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 dun. By the way, guys, if you are new here, we do have a giveaway going on today, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to be running that a little bit later. I'm going to be giving away an Alpha Futures eval. You rock, got a new subscriber. Thank you so much. I will be releasing the giveaway instructions a little bit later on in the live stream. This short erased $500 from my 1K drawdown, Claudia. You rock. That's awesome. What would be your average contract size per trade in a 150K account? I think that would depend whether it's an eval or funded account. I think it completely depends on your situation. Because I have 6 funded accounts, if I am going to eval trade, I'll probably go a little heavier, just because if I blow the funded account, it really doesn't affect me financially. But if that is something that would affect you financially if you blew that account, which you probably shouldn't be buying them anyway if it does, but let's say the scenario is if you blew that, you won't be able to buy another one for a month or something, I would say you should risk super light and just be super conservative. First time here, good stuff. Have you always used this strategy? I haven't always used this strategy. I've only been trading this strategy for 3 months. So I definitely do make some mistakes from time to time because it obviously takes a while and a lot of live chart time to understand a strategy and all the ins and outs. But I feel I'm starting to get the hang of it. You know, it needs a lot more work. I'm actively studying charts to improve and understand the strategy better, understand certain conditions, understanding what an A+ setup looks like, those types of things. So yeah, I've only been trading it for 3 months. But I've found a little bit of consistency with it so far. So hopefully as the months go by, we'll get better and better. Let's draw out some fibs on ES. We didn't really get a bounce at that 2.5, so I'm not the keenest on that. We did get a bounce at that 2.5. That's interesting. That full OTE right there. Oh. Conservative contract size for NQ. It completely depends. I usually base my number of contracts on how much, like in dollars, that I want to risk. So I will, like, what I can do on TradingView. This looks like it's about to take out the equal lows, so I would be probably closing my position around now as soon as it sweeps those. Sorry, I will reply to you as soon as this has been swept, so I can understand what's going on. Damn, we have 450 viewers. That's so crazy. Oh my gosh, there is a tiny top wick, but hardly anything. Damn, this would have been an insane trade if we could have held it, guys. It's kind of sad, but oh well. We got our piece of the pie. Do I read Trading book? I've read a couple. I read Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. I read The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas too, but I didn't find that particularly useful, to be honest. I really want to read Best Loser Wins because I've heard that that's good. But I honestly prefer listening to podcasts and things. Like, I listen to ICT's Twitter Spaces. Someone puts them on Spotify, so I listen to those. Those are really, really helpful for psychology. And then I listen to, okay, I would have closed my full position right there. So we would have been looking at nearly 6R for that trade if I'd held the full thing. Damn, that's crazy. I'm going to pretend that I took that. So let's all pretend that I didn't have to meet the consistency rule, okay? Let's all lie and pretend that I did take that. Yes. What was I going to say? We did actually sweep this low. Nice. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, I prefer podcasts. I listen to Randy Howell and I listen to ICT's Twitter Spaces. I would say both of those are really good for psychology. So I do 4 streams per week. On a Monday, I do study streams. So I just do an hour of studying charts and you guys can study with me. Like, I literally use it as my time to study, but I also live stream it. So if you guys want to study with me, you can join that. So that's on a Monday at 11 a.m. EST. And then I stream three days per week live trading. So I live trade on a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, starting at 6:30 a.m. EST. Once I'm a little bit more consistent with my wins and things like that, I'm going to be increasing the live trading to every day. But right now, because I'm still trying to gain consistency, I prefer to still have 2 days of the week where I can live trade on my own. So yeah. Let's see this. Okay, interesting. You just passed your My Funded Futures eval off that trade. That's awesome. Congratulations. I was able to stay in that trade. Awesome. That's awesome. Let's go. You held the whole trade. I'm jealous. I'm super jealous. of you right now. I want to see the subscriber count right now. Yes, the live stream will still be on the channel after, so you'll be able to rewatch it if you like to. They're all in the live stream playlist. You can watch all of my previous lives. Guys, we're on. Wait, let me go on YouTube Studio so I can see the exact subscriber count right now. We're on 8,829 subscribers. Oh my goodness, that's insane. If you are new here and are enjoying the stream, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps me out. I know, I do need a live account so I can just hold trades. I ignored you. What did you say? Sorry, the chat is coming in pretty fast and I'm also looking at the charts. 465 viewers. I think this is the most viewers I've ever had, so I'm super excited and happy to have you guys here. I'm honestly like so excited about it. I find it so cool that we have this many people on right now. Let's see this manipulation. Nothing really there. Nothing really to see there. Hello. 100k subs end of the year. I wish. That would be so awesome. You passed the funded next Flex 50k eval with that short. That's freaking awesome. Oh my gosh. You guys are gonna love the new partnership I have coming then. That's so exciting. I'm gonna be announcing my new partnership very, very soon. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. This is so awesome, guys. You guys were in the chat before. ICT was here, and when I hit full TP, he said, "Good job." Do you know how cool that is? I hope you get an Apex partnership. I'll rinse your code. That's funny. Can I give away TradeZella? I'll for sure ask and see whether I could give some away. That would be really fun. Have you traded today? Yeah, I took this trade. I took all of my contracts off here because I was trading this 100k premium alpha futures eval, and I can only make 3k on it because of the consistency rule. So yeah, but I would have held it down to here, to these equal lows we had on ES. So yeah, but I did have to close it because of the consistency rule. Yeah, ICT was here before. He's joined my streams a few times now, which is so cool. I'm from Bangladesh. You so great, very good trading and confident. Thank you so much. I asked all my friends to subscribe the channel. That's so kind. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Hey Claudia, I'm new to your channel. I was trading in CFDs from a month, but want to slowly switch to futures prop firms. Got any tips or material to learn about futures and 1 to 2 strats I could work on? I actually have a YouTube video coming out very, very soon breaking down futures prop firms for beginners. So if you are wanting to either start trading with futures prop firms or transition from CFDs to futures, I broke down like all of the rules you need to know, everything about futures prop firms into a short YouTube video. So that'll be super useful. I will be posting that early next week, I hope. It's going to be up super soon. So I will post on my Instagram story and let you guys know once that is out. If you do want to follow me on Instagram, it's just at claudia.trades. It's on the screen below my camera. I post like all of my announcements and things over there. And I also do have a free trading Discord community. If you guys want to join, it's on Discord. It's completely free. There's nothing paid in there, I promise. There's no what's the word? There's nothing paid in there. Everything's free. It's just a nice community of like-minded individuals. We all share our trade ideas in there. There's some insane traders in there who are getting consistent payouts. You can ask them questions, and all that jazz. So yeah, feel free to join. The community link is pinned in the chat from Alan, my mod, not my boyfriend, BTW. Alan is my mod. So yeah, feel free to join the community. It's a really great space of like a mix of levels of traders, which is great because we have some people who are getting consistent payouts. We have some people who are just brand new and just starting, and you can ask people questions. That is the best place to also ask me questions. I'm the most active on Discord answering questions in my community. So yeah, I do try to get back to DMs and things like that. So like I do try my best, but sometimes it's really, really hard to reply to all of the DMs. I've shown you guys this before, but my Instagram DMs are flipping flooded, guys. Like it's so difficult. This is how many DMs I've had literally in the last day, and these are my requests, never mind my general. And my general is like people who I've got back to before. This is my DM request, like from literally the last day. Like it's literally insane. Like, so I just don't have the time to go through all of them, unfortunately. I do try my best to reply to as many as I can, but if you do want to reach me, my Discord community is definitely the best place to do that. And if you want to be a part of the giveaway today, you will need to be part of the Discord community in order to join that. I will be releasing the instructions in a little bit, but if you want to get ahead of everybody, you can join the Discord community, as that will be part of the mandatory instructions to join. It will be free to join the giveaway, but yeah. It's a good Discord. I rate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I apologize, guys. I have been on stream now nearly 2 hours, so I'm just going to go and pee. I will be back in 2 minutes. I'll be as quick as possible. We're back. We're back. Do you have any experience about URFX prop firm? I don't. I've never heard of those, to be honest. What time frame are you using on NASDAQ? This is the 1 minute chart right now. That video is not out yet. My video breaking down prop firms for beginners. It's just going to be like a complete beginner's guide to prop firms and all of the different rules you need to know and understanding how they work and examples, things like that. That's going to be out early next week. I filmed that, and yeah, I just need to get that edited, and that will be up hopefully Monday. So stay tuned for that. I'm also going to be filming a YouTube video about how to study charts, because this is something that's been highly requested. So yeah, I'm going to be filming that as well, exactly how I study charts, like what software to use, like how to actually do it, how to track everything, all that jazz. So yeah. Also, if you guys are in the UK, we have a prop firm expo going on the 27th of June. That's going to be in London, and there's going to be so many big day trading influencers there, and all the prop firms are going to be there, so you'll get to meet like the CEOs, all that jazz. So if you're around, I'd highly recommend coming. You can get 50% off the ticket, so they work out to around £6. So it's super cheap, and it's so worth going because you'll get to hear talks of like super big traders who have made a ton of money. So it's definitely worth going. It'll be a great networking event and just like a good time to meet up with other traders, you know? I don't trade gold. No, I do not. That's like the cleanest continuation shorts ever, honestly. Super, super, super clean. The reason why I wanted to catch shorts today is because if this was like a Tuesday, I would consider us bullish. But because it's a Friday, we often dump on Fridays. So I wanted to catch the continuation short rather than just like chasing the bottom, the longs. What are my current indicators? The only indicator I have on my screen right now, like actually visible, is this ICT kill zones and pivots indicator. Just shows the sessions and the highs and lows of the session. It also shows midnight open price. It's really useful. You can take the name of it right here. Let me just get it. It's this one. I have this relative equal high one, but it doesn't work very well. To be fair, it worked with the equal lows right there. I probably need to get a different one though. I'd highly recommend this. It's free. It's really good. It's really good. It's really, really good. How's everybody's week been in terms of trading? My trading week has not been the most amazing week. I'm not going to lie. I've been really struggling. So I'm happy we took a great trade today. But yeah, I haven't had the best week. I'm not going to lie. It's not been amazing. Not been amazing. I'm really hungry right now, guys. Really hungry. You got an ad as soon. Let me show you again. That's funny. This is the only one I have visible on my chart. I have this relative equal highs and lows one, but it doesn't work particularly well. I should probably hunt for a different one. I have a similar strat to Ant Trades. Really, I should check him out. I'm always looking for people who also trade similar to me so I can try and like take their advice and things. Not a great week. Yeah, me neither. Not a good week for me. At all. What plan should you get for TradingView? If you're trading futures, you need to get at least the basic plan so that you can have the non-delayed data. We rejected off this 2.5 and now we're starting to reject. Interesting. I would expect us to come down to at least here though, or even here to be honest. This -4. What's everybody doing this weekend? I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing this weekend. I want to go to a frozen yogurt place. They have a new place open near me which does frozen yogurt with like every flipping topping you could imagine, and it is so good. Like, I love frozen yogurt. I had the most insane frozen yogurt when I was in Miami. I think it's called Go Greek, and oh my gosh, I can't stop thinking about it. It's amazing. So I'm so happy they opened this place. It's still not as good as Go Greek, which I had in Miami. They don't have that here in the UK. I wish they did because it's so good. Yeah, I am from England. Could have paid for your house with cash if you were in a cash account. Yeah, honestly, I could, but I don't have a live account right now, unfortunately. Hi, you're from Bangladesh. Hello. Ice cream with nuts topping. I'm allergic to nuts, so yeah, that would not be ideal for me, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I could not eat that right now. 8:30. I didn't even check Forex Factory today, which was probably silly. I probably should have done that. Do we have any red folder today? Okay, we have no red folder today anyways. I honestly have so many tabs open. It's stressing me out. I need to fix that at some point. I really do. I need to fix the tabs. Let's see. YouTube Studio. Oh my gosh, guys, we're so freaking close to 9K subscribers. We're on 8,885 subscribers. If you are not subscribed, please make sure you're subscribed. I would really appreciate it. I really want to hit 9,000 subscribers. Hey John, I am from England. Do I know about hedging? I've heard of it, but I honestly don't know a lot about it. Am I hopping on the Tradeify stream after this? No. I don't stream with Tradeify. Guys, can we keep it professional in the chat, please? This is not Tinder. Hi, I'm based in the UK. Do you have any idea of how tax works using prop firms? So I don't really understand it. I have an accountant. He's slightly pricey, but he's really good. He's really on it. So if you want the contact to my accountant, like, he's super clued up in taxes and prop firms, and he's really, really clued up about everything. He is a bit pricey, I'll be honest, but if you would like his contact details, I can send them over to you. Just join my free Discord and send me a message on there, and I will DM you and send it over if you want the contact details. This is my first time here. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Maybe we could do So how often do I live stream? So I live stream on a Monday at 11 a.m. EST, and that's like my study stream. I will just study charts with you guys. I'll answer any questions you guys have about my strategy, but I'll also just study the charts myself. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 6:30 a.m. EST until 9:30, I will live trade. Are you done for today after the trade or still looking for a setup? I would like to see if a long setup presents before 9:30. It kind of looks like it won't, but you know, I'd like to see whether it plays out. But honestly, this long is like the main trade for this morning for sure. This short, sorry. You def have an affiliate code for the accountant. I didn't even know you could have an affiliate code for an accountant, to be honest. I just want to recommend him because he's been really great for me. You have an affiliate code for an accountant. The link for my Discord is pinned in the chat. Should we do the giveaway right now? Now that I'm kind of waiting for another position. What is your market open / close thing where it shows London, Asia? This is an indicator. It's called the ICT kill zones and pivots. It shows you all of the session timings and things. We do the giveaway now, guys. What do we think? 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 Yes. Okay, let's do the giveaway then. I'm going to type the instructions for the giveaway into the chat so you guys can understand how to enter. So to enter the giveaway to win a 50k Alpha Futures eval, you must follow. Oh, why does it not let you do an enter? Sorry, let me copy that and then I'll type it into a whole message all together. You must. Why does it not let me do an enter, shift enter? I don't know why. I'll just do it in one message then. I will actually read it out so you guys know, so don't worry. And comment. Oh, do it in Notepad. That's a really good idea. Let me do that right now. Notepad. Here we go. Oh, what am I doing? There we go. Oh, my to-do list. This is my to-do list from a while ago, I think. Okay. To enter the giveaway, you must do Okay, there we go. I've got the steps. Guys, stay tuned for the channel, by the way. I have some meetings this week and next week to really expand on the number of giveaways we're going to be doing for the stream. So I'm going to be really going ham for the giveaways. So we're going to be having so many more accounts to give away each week. So feel free to stay tuned for that. I'm super excited about that. In the upcoming weeks, we're going to be giving away so many more accounts. So, okay, here is the instructions in the chat. To enter the giveaway, you must 1, be following me on Instagram, which is at claudia.trades. Number 2, join the Discord community, linked in the pinned comment. And number 3, comment W shorts. I don't know why it's copied and pasted like that, but let me just, I will just bring this little note up on the screen so you guys can see properly. So you must be following me on Instagram at claudia.trades. Join the Discord community. It's completely free, by the way. And that's going to be linked in the pinned comments in the chat. And then just comment W shorts. And we're going to be picking a winner very, very soon. I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes until, no, let's do 4 minutes until 1:45 or 8:45 EST. And then I will pick the winner. Damn, we got a ton of entries today. This is going to be so much fun. I'm going to have so many more accounts to give away in the next week or two, so I'm super excited. I'm super excited for that. These live streams are just going to be getting better and better week by week. Honestly, I have so many plans to give back to you guys. Damn, we got a lot of entries. This stream has been so much fun. This is the biggest number of people I've ever had on here, which is insane. I'm super excited. Okay, you guys got 2 minutes left to enter. I want to reiterate, please do not comment W shorts more than once. Otherwise, your entry will probably be compromised. Maybe bring in some guest speakers. That would be awesome if I could do that. I'm not sure who I would have on yet. I'll have to think about that. Who would you guys want to see on the stream? Obviously be reasonable, because people like Tanya or Lumi or things like that are just not going to join because, you know, they are a lot bigger than me. So be reasonable, but I'm interested to hear who you guys would want as a guest on here. I want to reiterate, please only comment W shorts once, otherwise your entry may be compromised. Nick, Celine, Spuddy Boy. Who's Spuddy Boy? You mean Nick and Celine from Tradeify? I'm not sure whether they would. It would be really cool though. Lou from Discord. That would be so cool to have Lou on here. Right now I've not been streaming on Discord. I think it would be cool if I did though. Okay guys, that's going to be the entries all closed. So I'm just going to comment that closed. Billy shared. Okay, the entries are now all closed. So if you have not yet put in your entries to the giveaway, I'm afraid you will have to wait until next week. Alan, my handy dandy mod, is now going to be adding up all of the entries and sending me a list, and then we will pick the winner live on stream in a few minutes time, so please be patient. Invite Ivan. I don't know whether he would, you know. I feel like he wouldn't. Maybe I could. Billy should. Billy probably would. I could ask him. Yeah, I know you can use a bot. What I'm planning to do is I'm planning to have the whole giveaway system set up in my Discord. Hopefully I'm gonna get that sorted out for next week. But yeah, for now I've just been picking the winner live on here. Yeah, maybe I should stream on Discord as well as YouTube. I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna look into streaming on Discord, YouTube, and Kick. Do a collab podcast or call with Ant Trades. I don't know whether he would. Let me look up Ant Trades. I haven't really looked at his socials before. Oh damn, guys, he has a lot of subscribers. Is it Ant's Analysis? Oh, he's from the UK. No way. He has a lot of subscribers though, so I don't know whether he would, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming on Kick as well. Oh, he's on TikTok? Okay, let me look. Maybe I found the wrong person. Let me look for Ant. Ant? Let me just get rid of that. Ant Trades. This guy? You mean him? Owner of Tradeful. Is that who you mean? Kick is shit? Why is Kick shit? Oh wow. Oh, that's not him. Oh, Ant Trades one. Okay, let me see now. Ah, I see. Okay. He has hardly any posts on TikTok. He just posted 13 hours ago, though. Oh, he has a different account also that he posts a ton of trades on. Damn, his trades get so many views. That's so cool. I should definitely ask. Should I start asking people to come and be a guest on here? That would be cool. So the delayed timing thing on TradingView is basically because you haven't bought CME data. So what you have to do is you have to buy you can buy the most basic plan on TradingView, and then you have to buy CME data. The CME data is around £9 a month. I am going to the expo in London at the end of June. I'm super excited. Everybody should come if you can make it. It's going to be really, really cool. You can get your ticket for like £6 if you use code Claudia at checkout. I promise this is not an affiliate thing. I get no money if you use my discount code, but it will just save you £6. But yeah, you guys should for sure come to the expo if you're going to be around in London at the end of June. It's going to be super awesome, a great networking spot. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be doing a couple of panels and things. And then I'll just be around all day to chat to people and things. So yeah, it'll be super fun. Yeah, it's going to be in the UK. It's going to be in London. Okay, Alan has the list. Don't worry, I can imagine that would take you a while, to be honest. There's a lot of people this time around. Okay, let's see. Did we have any extra entries, Alan? Oh yeah, we did. I remember now. Okay, cool. So before I like spin the wheel and pick the winner. Oh, wait 1 sec. Okay. Before I spin the wheel and pick the winner, I do just want to note a few people in this giveaway have more than one entry. Now, the reason why they have more than one entry is because anybody who uses my affiliate codes for anything, if they open a ticket in my Discord, I like to give them extra entries into my weekly giveaway or whatever giveaway I'm running. Sometimes I run big giveaways in my Discord community or on my Instagram if I've hit a milestone, or on the streams if I've hit a big milestone, things like that. So I will give people who use my affiliate codes some extra entries just as a way to say thank you, because I do really appreciate it. Everybody knows if you use my discount code, it supports me. So I just want to give back to them in some sort of way to say thank you. So I will throw them in extra entries. So if you do see people with more than one entry, that is the reason why. If you do decide to use my affiliate code at any of the following firms that you can see on screen or in the chat throughout the stream, feel free to join the Discord and open a ticket, and you will gain extra entries into my next giveaway, whatever that is. But that's not to say it's a mandatory thing. You can still enter the giveaways always without paying for anything. But it's just my way of saying thank you to people. So that's why if you see extra entries in there for people, that's why. It's not rigged, I promise. So the Prop Expo is basically just a way for traders to connect and network. There's a ton of big traders going there, big trading influencers who are going to be there as well. So that's going to be really cool. Like Words of Wisdom or Chart Fanatics guy Riz, he's going to be there. There's a lot of prop firms going, so you'll get to meet the CEOs. There's a lot of just prop firm traders going there and speaking, talking through strategy, answering questions. So like just a great place to go and network with other traders and other like-minded individuals. It's going to be at the end of June. You can buy tickets on the Prop Firm Expo website, I'm fairly sure. If you just go on Prop Firm Match's Instagram page, all the stuff will be on there. I'm also posting a video announcement about it today on my Instagram, so if you stay tuned for that, I'll be sharing where you can buy tickets and things. And if you use code Claudia, you'll get 50% off your ticket. So the ticket works out to like £6 or something, so it's super cheap. Super cheap to attend. I'm going to be picking the giveaway winner in just 1 second. Please hold on. I'm just waiting for Alan to send me the entries over, and then I'll be picking that. Am I too late to enter? You are. Unfortunately, the entries for the giveaway has closed. Okay, here we go. We've got the new list. Let's pick a winner. I'm going to do a duck race as usual. The duck races are so fun. So let's go and get that up on screen. You guys, I'm so embarrassed by the number of tabs. Please ignore it. Please ignore it. I'm sorry. I'm really bad with tabs. Really bad with tabs. Okay. Let's do a 30-second. Let's do 45 seconds, actually. 45-second duck race, and let's enter all of the names in the list. There we go. 83 names. Boom. That's everyone. As you can see, the guys at the top, they have extra entries for using my discount code, as I just said. And then we have everyone who entered their name in the chat. Anyone who did spam more than once, if you can't see your entry there, it may have been compromised. So that is why, for future reference, please only comment once, because it just makes it harder for us to figure out the entries. Okay, so the way this works is I set the timer. Whoever's duck wins the race will win the 50k Alpha Futures eval. Let's go. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? The flipping quacking is so funny. I think this is the live chat. Where's this? There we go. Boom! FX is the winner of the giveaway. I'll be reaching out to him on Discord and yeah, giving him his free account. Okay, let me go back onto trade-in view. There we go. Awesome. Congratulations, FX. As I said before, guys, the giveaways are only going to be getting bigger. I have big plans to give away more and more accounts each week, and these are going to be done on the streams, so make sure you're tuning in next week. Okay, I think I am going to hop off. I can't really see a long entry presenting for me right now, and this trade was really a W trade, so I don't want to overtrade for the day. I want to be super disciplined, finish my Friday on a great note. I just want to thank every single one of you for being here today. It's been such a fun stream. This has been my biggest stream ever, so I'm super excited. Such a great way to end the week after a pretty shitty week of trading, not gonna lie. But yeah, thank you so much. If you're new here, feel free to hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on for all future streams. I am live here trading every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 6:30 a.m. EST, and we do a study stream every Monday at 11 a.m. EST. Feel free to join the free Discord community. It is linked in the chat. And yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and I will see you next week, hopefully.